These are the Brum Tech 10 interviews. I'm Stuart Longbridge, and I'm here in the Longbridge Innovation Centre with Anthony from Ballyhoo. And Ballyhoo have set up an open device lab.
Yes, we have.
So, for people who are watching this don't know what the hell I'm talking about, what's a device lab?
Okay, so an open device lab anyway. So this is an initiative that we read about a while ago. So there are, I think there's in the region of 15 in the country at the moment. So it's an area with devices, so smartphones and tablets, where people can come along and test responsive websites or apps that they're developing on the actual physical devices themselves.
So the idea is I'm building a thing and I just ring you up and say, hey, I'd like to come out and then test on all of the different things that you've got.
Absolutely, yeah. So we've got a website that will be online very, very soon, and it will list the devices that we've got. So we hope to get a portfolio of the latest, greatest devices. So if you're building an app and you're a one-man band or a small business, you're not necessarily going to be able to afford to buy all of the latest devices. So you'll be able to come along and hopefully we'll have those so you can come and play and make sure that your websites respond well and work well on these screen resolutions, and if you've got a particularly heavy processing app, then make sure that it works on the processors on these devices.
And you're providing this as just kind of a free service for people to come around and this seems massively generous. What's in it for you?
I run a web development company, and the reason we came across this is because we have found that there are emulators that we use. We have a few devices in the office between us, but nothing is as good as actually having the device. So we think it's going to be brilliant for us to have a lab nearby. We think we can make massive use of it. The Open Device Lab initiative is just really, really cool. We think we're not really ever out there to obliterate the competition. We like working with other developers and other designers, and we like to see what's going on in the industry and work with other people collaboratively. So we hope this will be another way of meeting other people. We certainly want to help people in the community. There's some really good developers and designers out there that are going to struggle to achieve greatness, I suppose, without access to something like this.
So you've got a whole bunch of devices. Where'd they all come from?
Apart from the few that I've put in myself, we're looking for donations, and we have been really, really lucky so far to have some really great people donate some of their old devices. Daniel from Brum has been really generous and given us a few. But quite a lot of people do have these old devices lying around where they might have got a brand new device and their old device just gets chucked in a drawer and never gets seen again. But they're still in circulation, so we still need to make sure that websites and apps work well on these devices.
Right, and what you're looking for is smartphones and tablets.
Absolutely, yeah. We want the latest devices that are in circulation at the moment, the ones that are most popular. But obviously, the most popular ones cost the most money at the moment. So we're certainly trying as hard as we can to get some devices together. We're looking for sponsorship as well. So we've got ideas to put advertising space on our website in return for device donations and that sort of thing. So if there's anybody out there that is looking to get some sponsorship or advertising, if they are interested in appealing to the development community, we hope to get plenty of people in the office, so we may even have space in the office to leave leaflets, flyers and business cards and that sort of thing. So in return for devices, we're certainly open to suggestions at the moment.
So individual developers who happen to have spare things in a drawer can happily donate them, and companies can do so in exchange for advertising space. Presumably, if you're a web development company locally, you're an agency or something like that, and you want to A, help out the community, and B, have access to a whole bunch of devices for testing on, then one good thing to do, one good way to support the community would say, okay, we'll put through £500 on our budget and buy I don't know, an iPhone 6 or a Nexus or something like that. And donate it to the lab.
Absolutely, and we are working on the principle that if you want to donate a device, that's fantastic. If you just want to loan a device, then we're happy with that too. So if you for some reason decide that you really want your phone back, then fine, we can do that. But we definitely think for businesses that it's a good thing to do. We also think that we may be able to give sort of priority access or longer access or some sort of priority for businesses that have donated as well. We hope that it's going to be popular and we're going to have lots of people here, so if somebody is looking to use the lab regularly, then it would be great if they could do something to help improve the lab in return. It is really it's an open scheme. It's really a case of everybody working together on this.
And this is a kind of, you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours kind of arrangement.
Absolutely, yeah. We're sure that a lot of people can make good use of this, so we'd like as many people as possible to collaborate on this.
And you're in Longbridge in the Innovation Centre.
Yeah.
What's the deal with that?
So we've been here for a little while. To be honest, we first came here because I live so locally. So there was that was the key factor. We've been involved with St Modwen, the owners of the building. They are trying to restore Longbridge after obviously the huge depression after Rover going out of business. They're doing it in quite a cool way, so they are really looking to be quite sympathetic to the history of Longbridge. But one thing they are trying to do is move away from that old history of manufacturing. So the Innovation Centre, it's supposed to be somewhere for innovative new businesses to come and establish themselves. They've been absolutely brilliant, so they have spotted what we wanted to do. We approached them and they were really open about this, and they saw it as an opportunity to prove that they do want to help support innovation. So they've been absolutely fantastic, which is why we are doing this here. But we really hope and we expect it's going to be pretty easy for people to get to from all over Birmingham. We've got employees that live many miles away, but we're 5 minutes walk from Longbridge train station, and it's maybe 20-30 minute train ride into New Street. There's parking which will be available to people coming to the lab, and we're on the Bristol Road, so plenty of buses to get you in and out as well.
It is. I came here on the train myself. It takes all of 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I broke an ironclad rule by going outside the big road, but it certainly seems worth it.
Yeah, good. I hope so. But it should be quite easy for people to get to.
And you've put some work into, kind of building a brand around the lab. You've got stickers and.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we want this to be a really cool place for people to spend time, and we do this for businesses all the time, doing branding exercises and identity guides and that sort of thing. So we wanted to do something that would be attractive. Like I said, we do really want this to be a cool place for people to come and spend time. We're hoping to get some cool artwork on the walls, and we're working with. They're called Work, W-E-R-K. And for the life of me, I can't remember what that stands for, but it's an art initiative that's in Longbridge as well, and they do a lot of artwork that's based around, again, the history of Longbridge and Rover, and we're hoping to get them involved with the building as well, and maybe get some cool artwork and installations in here as well.
I love the idea of getting some interesting pieces up on the walls.
Yeah.
I love the kind of yellow theme that you've got going on for the decor.
Yeah, it's quite a bright theme, but that should hopefully add to the appeal.
Speaking at a more technical level for a second, if I walk in here and I want to test my app or my responsive website or my web app or whatever on each of your 100 devices.
Yeah.
Is there any more convenient way than just walking along each one and installing it on each?
We're basically trialing Ghost Lab at the moment, so we've certainly seen it demoed, been quite impressed with it, but particularly for responsive websites. So it looks like a pretty neat bit of kit. So you can essentially test a website and control it from the PC, which we've got set up in the room, and you can quite easily just see it across all of the devices. So clicking on a link will take you to that page on every single device. Scrolling down even will actually scroll it down on every single device. So hopefully it's going to be super easy for responsive websites. Apps, it's going to be difficult, let's be honest. But installing apps, we're going to give you free rein to do absolutely whatever you want with these devices within reason. We may periodically just factory reset them. We do ask that you keep the OS the same. But as for installing apps and that sort of thing, then go nuts really. Install your own apps, do what you need to, and see how they work for you.
Me showing up and installing Ubuntu Touch on all of your
Yep, that wouldn't go down too well, but I'm sure we can recover from that.
Also, I have to say that the fact that testing apps is difficult is a punishment from the universe for building apps rather than web apps.
Yes, I think so. I think that's fair to say. Yeah, I mean, we build responsive websites. We're doing it for a while now, and it's really challenging to get it right. And there are just so many devices out there with so many different screen resolutions. It really is challenging to make sure that all these screen resolutions and every breakpoint imaginable, it's going to look good and work well. So hopefully we know what we're doing, and we want to make it as smooth as possible for us when we use the lab, and we're going to make sure that everything's in place for everybody else to use as well.
Are there any particular devices you're looking for if someone were feeling the Christmas largesse?
Really, I mean, Apple devices are the biggest for us. I mean, there's clearly huge market share for these devices, so they are probably going to be the ones that people really want to test on, and they're also the most expensive devices, so they're the ones that people are less willing to donate. So really, the latest iPhones are really going to be the ones that make the biggest difference to the labs.
Do a series of these interviews, and one of the things I like to hear is who else you think I should talk to. So who's doing something interesting, do you think?
I would be interested to see Daniel at Birmingham I/O. He's been really good actually. We only met up with him just over a week ago, but he's been really keen to help with this. I'm interested. He's very much into the tech scene, I guess, and it's something that I've been building a business for nearly 10 years now. And I think I've been kind of in my own little bubble, and it's only now that I've got into a position where I've built a team around me that I've actually got a little bit more time to start to look outwardly, and the lab is part of that. But I'm really interested in getting more involved with the tech scene in Birmingham and seeing what other people are up to, and what I could maybe do with them or for them collaboratively, and see what I can do. So yeah, be interested to see what Daniel's got to say.
Excellent. And finally, what's your favourite biscuit?
Good question. It's got to be a custard cream, I think. Classic, but yeah, it does the job.
Custard creams are surprisingly popular when I asked this question.
I can imagine so. It was, first thing that popped into my head. So there we go.
Thank you very much. Anthony from Ballyhoo running the Longbridge Open Device Lab.
No problem, thank you.